Amidst this tragedy, a life was lost due to another hanging incident not too far from Cleveland. 12 News' Delisha Banks joins us with that story. Delisha?
Jalen, 108 miles south of Cleveland, Mississippi, leads you to the city of Vicksburg, where a second person was found hanging from a tree on Monday. The Vicksburg Police Department responded to a wooded area near Ameristar Casino in the 4100 block of Washington Street a little after 1 p.m. Officials say they discovered a white male who was later identified as 35-year-old Corey Zucatis from Brandon. He was believed to be homeless, and one of his peers found him hanging from a tree.
He was homeless, but that particular area over there has become somewhat of a haven for homeless people. We also understand that the reason he was in Vicksburg, he's actually from Brandon, but the reason he was in Vicksburg is because he had recently participated in the River Rescue Mission, a part of their dependency program. Now, other than that, that's all we know. Again, our hearts and sympathy go out to the family, but we did make that death notification, and they are aware of it. They were aware that he was homeless. And it's just something that, another one of those things that we have to deal with, not only in the city of Vicksburg, but in the state of Mississippi.
Investigators detect no foul play with the death of Zucatis. His body was sent to the state crime lab for further examination. First District Illinois Congressman Jonathan L. Jackson, son of civil rights activist Jesse Jackson, spoke out Tuesday on behalf of what he calls lynching incidents in Mississippi. During his speech at the House of Representatives, he demanded a federal investigation be conducted by the DOJ to ensure justice and transparency. Congressman Jackson says, quote, "The echoes of these losses reach deep into our nation's history, a painful reminder that the shadows of racial violence and exclusion have not yet left us." End quote. This matter is still under investigation. Be sure to stay with 12 News as more details become available.
Good evening. This is Crash Out Session. I don't know what else to call it. I was going to say Evening Sky, but I just thought it would be a Friday evening crash out over these Mississippi hangings. I just want the facts. Just like, was it Dragnet? What is it? I don't know what show it was. There was a show back in the 60s, Just the Facts, ma'am. And that's all I want. All I want are the facts. I don't want to hear say about he had broken limb. One of the student, Trey. I can't even think of his name. God damn it! But the student at Delta State University, he had no bones broken. He had no signs of assault or anything, brought against him. It was ruled a suicide by the coroner, by the medical examiner, not just the media reporting it. They're just reporting what the coroner said. It's not just going by what the media says and different news outlets. We have to go by facts. You can't go by opinion and what you believe and what you think is right based off of opinions. That's not how this works. This is all about facts and reality and truth, and not being caught up in emotion and caught up in what you want to piece together, because it does have those pieces. I had a post about this a few days ago. Mississippi, black young man in one case hanging just a few miles away from where Emmett Till was brutalized. It seems like in the history of Mississippi, there have been multiple hangings throughout the history of that state. It's very racially divided still. So you have to just look into that. You have to really define that. because it's really about facts. It's about the truth. It's about you not making it your subjective whim, just based on whatever you got from your Threads feed or your Instagram account. It's not that like that. It doesn't work like that. It works like facts and figures and statistics and reality and numbers, and that's what it all comes down to. Um, the Vicksburg hanging, that was a white man. This is the first time I've ever even seen or even noticed out not in another sense, like there's Robin Williams and there's Jeff Bana and among others who have hanged themselves and they're white men. But to be in situations like this is totally different. I see you, Bumble. Salute to you, sir. I see you. Salute. Salute. Tell like 12 other people. Heard that the dude unalive himself. Yeah, both of them. Both of them are rule have been. Well, one is still under investigation. The man the student. If you can provide me his name, be great. It's Trey something. I can't think of his last name for some reason. Let me see if I can look it up. Oh God, let me see. Yes, Trey something. Hold on. Jesus Christ. What is his name? Reed. That's it. Trey Reed. DeMartravian Trey Reed, 21, of Grenada, Mississippi. Not the country, I don't think. His body was hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts in Court of Governors dormitories. So, yeah, Reed. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Trey Reed. Trey Reed. Yeah, it's just goofy. It's really goofy. I want facts. That's all I want. That's all I want are the facts. That's all I've been saying. People in my family are saying, "Oh, he just believes what the media is telling him." No, I don't believe. Put um my money. I'll put money on it. I mean, just the expression, but put my money on the facts. Just give me the reality. Give me, like they say, give me the car facts. Just give me the reality facts. Give me the facts of reality. Give me the truth. Let me see that. Don't say, oh, well, yeah, well, his arms were broken or his legs were broken. And yeah, no. The medical examiner said that he didn't have any broken arms or legs. No sign of struggle, no sign of assault or anything. And it would be easy. It'd be nice, package it into a nice little bundle and say, this was a racially motivated, hanging against this young man. And in the Vicksburg case, I mean, was it black people against white people? They were doing a reverse, lynching or something like that. In all of history, how many times has that happened? A group of all black men lynched and hanged a white man. Okay, I don't see the reality in that. I don't see the truth behind that. Seems pretty fictitious. Yes. Bum was telling the truth. Yes, I think they are trying to take spotlight from Charlie Kirk. I think they're trying to take as many eyes off of the fact that Turning Point is wait for it, making a turning point in the way that it's being seen in the political sphere. That movement is going to really gear up. I think, based on facts and reality, based on truth, I think that turning point is going to be so much bigger than it already was. What's her name? Sweeney. She had the jeans campaign? She has good jeans or something like that. Sydney Sweeney. She had a turning point shirt on. It's about to be on and popping. They want to be the victim all the time. Yeah. So it's about to be on and popping for Turning Point USA. But It was already on and popping for a moment there. Let me put this up there. Why isn't it working? Okay. Well, there it goes. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Charlie Kirk thing was like political violence. What are you gonna do? It's America. People, presidents. 4 presidents have been laid down. Multiple presidents have been attempted to murders. Um, what are you gonna do? So it gets sketchy. It gets very sketchy. The fact that the people are so ready. Benjamin Crump again. He's on the case. Like that's going to do anything. It's going to find. Oh well, he didn't. Oh, there was no struggle. Oh, he didn't have any broken limbs. Oh, there was no sign of assault. Oh, okay. Just facts, people. I mean, it's just nice to say like. Yep, racially motivated, Mississippi, black student, young guy, pulled from his dormitory by some white boys, allegedly. I'm not saying that this happened, but I'm just saying this is the kind of motivation that people that don't believe in facts, or not, I shouldn't say believe in facts, don't recognize facts, don't recognize things, just go off of emotions and feelings instead of their own rational faculties. That's the problem we have in this country, in this world, that we're just so enamored by, mystical things and things like that, that we reach for what feels good, what makes a good narrative, that sounds like a good story, but it's just not real. It's just not true. So that is the sad part about our culture right now. I mean, especially since we have, I always say it, we have first century morality and 21st century technology, and that mixture is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous mixture of having, believing in something like a man, raising from the dead and ascending into some fantasy land. That's believed. Oh no, that's real. That happened. That's science. That's just science. That's real. Or it's not science and it's still real. If it's not science, then it wasn't real. Like that's just ridiculous how people can still believe that, but people go on. There's billions of people that do. Yeah, that's sad, but and scary, but true. I mean, I could have been one of those people still till today, but I woke up from the dream. Or maybe it was a nightmare. I don't know, but yeah, and it's not even just mysticism. It's collectivism. The fascism, communism, socialism, all these different isms like that aren't objectivism. And of course, there's altruism, and its only antidote is capitalism. That's the roughest one. That's the toughest one to break through. I think Ayn Rand said this in one of her speeches or essays. She said mysticism fell and during the age of enlightenment and the age of reason, and that was like at the 1700s or maybe the 1600s, 1700s, somewhere around there, and then collectivism fell after World War II, but altruism has not fallen. It's still part of the bloodstream. It's like a disease in the blood. It's like leukemia in that way. It's very difficult to eradicate because it's embedded in the two things that have fallen, in collectivism and mysticism. It's so ingrained in our minds that we have to live for others, that we have to serve others, and we have to put others above ourselves and sacrifice and be selfless and be self-sacrificing and be being unselfish. that's been ingrained in us ever since we were little bitty babies. But it's not true. That's the weird thing. It's like we know these things to be not true, but we do them anyway. It's like, hey, well, whatever. Let me continue to believe in this nonsense, but because it makes me feel better, makes me feel good. I'll be able to die and go to this fantasy land rather than to the other fantasy land, which is fire and brimstone and weeping, moaning, and gnashing of teeth. Who wants that? I mean, it's like an obvious kind of thing. It's a weird space to think about because like heaven and hell. I mean, just consider it. Heaven, you get to see Jesus. That's one thing. You get to see Jesus, and you say, "Hey, hallelujah! I waited all my life for this moment. It's great. You're the greatest person that ever lived. Thank you for saving me from my sins." The whole thing. The streets of gold, the mansions. You get to see old family members. You don't grow old anymore. It's wonderful. It's great. The alternative is weeping, moaning, gnashing of teeth, and fire and brimstone and torture and horrific, terror forever and ever and ever and ever. But he loves you. No, that's Carlin. That's George Carlin. I have to give him his credit. But Luther Kirk. I didn't even know his middle name was Luther. Oh my God. That's funny. Martin Luther King and Charlie Luther Kirk. Man, what are you talking about, Luther? His name is James. What are you talking about? Good thing I did look that up. I was gonna roll with that. It's Charles James Kirk, like James T. Kirk, I guess. Star Trek. But I can talk about that for a little while too. And he talked about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, not 1965. The Voting Rights Act is 1965 to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I hate that AOC. I don't really like calling her AOC. I see you, Bumble. I saw you slipping that Charlie Luther mess. It's Charles James Kirk, sir. Let's be honest here, Let's be truthful. But yeah, let me see if I can find another video.
Year-old was found dead hanging from a tree at Delta State University. Campus police say the body of 21-year-old Trey Reed, a black student, was discovered by staff members on Monday morning. Authorities quickly ruling out foul play, and during a press conference today, the university president insisting that race relations are not an issue at the university.
I can say that my heartbreak is comprehensive, not just for Trey, although it is primarily for Trey, but for the fact that the rest of the world has an impression of Delta State that is so at odds with what I know to be this institution. This institution should not be associated with hate or hate crimes.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, now representing Reed's family, demanding more transparency. The family saying we cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. Let's bring in our Ike Ajachi. So, Ike, what are we learning from police today? And are they still continuing to rule out foul play?
Yeah, Kira, several different agencies surrounding this investigation are saying just that. The Delta State University police chief, he's come out and said that there is no indication of foul play surrounding this incident. He also said that there is no ongoing threat to staff or faculty. Now, if you also look at what the Bolivar County Coroner's Office is saying, it's also falling in line with that. They're saying through a preliminary examination that there are no injuries to 21-year-old Trey Reed's body that are consistent to a physical physical attack. So that they said that there are no lacerations, no bruises, no broken bones, anything that would look like there was a physical attack to his body. Now, the coroner's office is saying that they are investigating this as a suicide, and they're also saying that the full autopsy is currently being done by the Mississippi State Crime Lab, and that'll be finished in about 24 to 48 hours, Kira.
So what is the family saying? Are they thinking it's a suicide?
Well, Kira, the family of Trey Reed right now, they are expressing deep frustration and they are demanding transparency surrounding this investigation. Right now, through their attorney, Vanessa Jones, they have announced that they are conducting their own independent autopsy and they're even conducting their own investigation around this. They are demanding answers, they're saying, that are shrouded in some kind of a cloud of secrecy. This is according to the attorney and the family. So what we're seeing right now is that they're claiming that there has been a lack of direct communication from law enforcement, from the university to the family on the day this incident was discovered. That is, of course, on September 15th, just 2 days ago. They're saying there has been no communication, and that's exactly what they're demanding. Take a listen.
Family does not know exactly what happened on September the 15th of 2025. We are seeking answers. The family of Trey Reed has not even received a phone call from the president of Delta State University.
And he told me that they found Trey Reed in his room. And he didn't say possible suicide, he said suicide.
Now, Kira, it is important to note that the university did respond, the university president, that is, by saying that the university contacted an individual for Trey Reed who is listed as the next of kin. And they said that happened on that day, Kira.
And new tonight, former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick is taking action in the case of Trey Reed, the student who was found dead hanging from a tree at Delta State University. Today, attorney Ben Crump announced that Kaepernick said he will pay for an independent autopsy. Thursday, the Cleveland Police Department said the medical examiner's findings are consistent with what investigators initially determined, that this was not the result of a crime. Investigators are still waiting for toxicology results, which could take up to 4 weeks. However, Crump said Reed's family has serious concerns after not getting enough information about the circumstances of Reed's death. The second autopsy will be funded by Colin Kaepernick's Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative. Cleveland police officials said investigation materials have been shared with the FBI for review.
Salute to Cougar. I see you, Cougar. Salute. Bring in like 12 people. All y'all gotta do is like, everybody's got friends. I have no like buddies. I have no buddies. I have friends that are distant, live miles away. I don't see every day. But y'all still supposedly have all these friends, apparently. Just tell them, like, hey, this nigga Sky, he's crazy, whatever, he got some wild ideas, but, you should watch him, see what he's got to do. That's all I need. Dot Focus in here. Salute to Dot Focus. Let me put his stuff let me put his banner up here. Make sure y'all go to his site. He's looking for the pink mist, people. And virtual reality, not reality. Yeah, no crime. Hold on, I have to go to the other. What is this? YouTube. I'm just looking for something that makes sense. I don't know. My internet is kind of slow right now. How slow? Let's see. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. I'm looking for it right now. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me see. The future of everything. Just if you could just explain in a few words, dot focus, why you sent me that. I'm not sure why you sent me that. It looks very interesting. I'm not sure why you sent it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not sure what is it. What is the topic? What is the draw dot focus? What is it about? Cougar says that reporter still said that police said it doesn't look like a crime. So why isn't it considered? It is considered suicide. It is suicide. It is ruled a suicide. No abrasions, no lacerations, no broken limbs, no signs of assault. It's clearly suicide right now, apparently. I mean, there's nothing saying. I mean, like I said, it's the touchy-feely, little ooey-gooey Mississippi. They got race issues. Black student, young guy, hanging from a tree. I mean, trying to do. It's like a lot of math going on, but the math doesn't match. The math don't math, and it's so crazy. Okay, Defo says, "I told you about that week ago, the three-eye atlas." I don't remember exactly what it was. You had to fill me in a little bit more. Oh, let me know exactly what you mean. I'm not. I can't remember. Is it a celestial body that it could be Earth, like Earth, or is it what is the issue behind? And don't forget to go to his YouTube. That focuses YouTube. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe to That Focuses YouTube. Why the hell did this kid do this? I don't know. Why the hell did the Vicksburg guy do it? There's a white homeless guy that killed himself as well. So, and there's no reason, but there's also no foul play on his end either. Not looking at his investigation for homicide or anything. Oh, they don't know what it was. It's heading towards our solar system, and no one knows about this. Ah, thank you for showing me that focus. It's not really aligned with the show right now, but if I got a few more, at some time left, I'm gonna play the video. I just have to get to these topics. I'm gonna try to get to Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't talk about Jimmy Kimmel yet. Cougar says mental illness. Well, I have mental illness, and I don't think about killing myself. I love myself too much. Love myself. Okay, so they're saying Cougar saying mental illness. I say maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. He was trying to get clean. I think he was using alcohol or drugs. Is it Galacticus coming to Earth? What is Galacticus? I don't even know what Galacticus is. But yeah. So these are some. I'm gonna change up the title for YouTube. Camel 3-eye atlas. Okay. So I appreciate that, folks. I changed the title. Maybe it'll come in. It's not coming in yet. Maybe it'll. Let's see. Kimmel. Three. And that's the irony too. That's super irony. Like I said, like people believe anything. People believe, the miracles and stuff. All kinds of stuff. They believe in all that. But oh my God, oh no, science, reason, rationality. Oh, that's. Don't lead to your own understanding. Don't lead to your own understanding. You can't do that. It's something that you cannot do. You can't think for yourself. Don't think for yourself. Shut off your mind. Open your heart. Shut off your mind. There's one person that said that to me. He said, "Don't stand up here. You gotta go down about a foot. Go down to your heart." Like what? All right, I think I'm done with the hangings. I need more information. I need more facts. They're trying to do a private investigation. All right, they're gonna yield the same results. I'm sure. It's gonna be different. They may, you know, I hope they don't, alter in any way the corpse in any fashion. Open your nose, sniff the coke. Exactly. It's Friday night too. Wait a minute. No, but eight balls on deck. Holla. But let's talk about Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel. I think he's a cornball. I don't think I ever laughed at any of his jokes. He's not funny. My guy, Conan O'Brien. That's my guy. He was the late night. He's the guy in the late night slot. Never blame Jimmy Fallon. He always blamed Jay Leno, and not even Jay Leno, Jay Z, not Sean Carter, but Jeffrey Zucker, who's the president of NBC, for his ouster. But Conan was smart. He went to TBS. He went to basic cable. He had fun there. He had a good time. He had a great show. Great show. Excellent show. And then yeah, Arsenio. Arsenio's corny. He's corny too. He had a joke. He had a big wide bicycle, tricycle. It was a really wide seat. It was like this is Kardashian's first tricycle or something. I was like, that's corny swag. But Conan, he's the truth. He's very smart and he does dumb things instead of being very dumb and trying to do smart things. He's a super smart guy. He's from Harvard. When Harvard was Harvard, not today's Harvard. Harvard, I think, has been diminished in a lot of ways. I mean, it's still a premier school, but its politics have always been leaning left, or most of its time in the 20th and 21st centuries been towards the left, and it just got worse and worse. I'm near the Acme and Applebee's, you know. Okay, you're on where uh Plato's Closet and the Blue Crab or something like that. Am I right? Is that where you are? Are you in those apartments? Are you in the apartments near Daffodils? Don't say it. Okay, I got you. I got you. Chill, chill. Okay, I got you. Nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see the chat. Or I mean, they're gonna see the chat now, but they're not gonna see it. I got you, Doc Boys. Okay, cool. You're there. Nah, I'm in the house, but in that area. Okay, good to go. Okay. I'm not gonna blow you up. I'm not gonna blow up your spot. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel. This is censorship, kids. This is all. This is literal censorship. People bleeping you and cutting out your records and um, what is it called? Oh god damn, it's too late for me. I should have heard that early in the morning. Um, uh, when they blur out the logos and stuff like that. That's not censorship. That's not censorship. That's standards and practices. There's a difference between censorship and standards and practices. Standards and practices are what private companies do to protect themselves from possible litigation that could be brought up because of name brands, trademarks, um, certain words that are used in songs, certain phrases, things like that that are out that are muted or something like that. They do that in order to protect themselves from further you know going to court basically. So that's one thing you have to really look at. Um, that focus like LMFAO, my nigga. He laughing at my dumb ass. Salute to him and make sure you go subscribe. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe. Look for the pink list. Anyway, yeah, so Kimmel, he's a cornball. Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert was the truth on Colbert Report. He said, I want to get more money. He was like, he probably wouldn't have cared. Like network. Network is different than cable. I don't know if you call it cable anymore. Stream, yes. Cable stream. I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but the networks, you know, ABC, NBC, CBS, even to an extent Fox, they play by different rules. They're the gold standard. They're the forebear of content on television. They go back to the 30s and 40s, and the early 50s of television. So you can't see it. They've never had a black man as a host. Never. Never even no brown man, no red man, no yellow man. All white men. All white men. Up until this day. They never had a black man as a permanent choice. There might have been somebody that could have sat in and did a week or something like that for Johnny Carson. I don't even think that happened, but they never had a black man. Never. That's CBS, NBC, or ABC. Arsenio is Fox. I'm talking about ABC, CBS, NBC. Arsenio is Fox. Tucker is Jew. Death Row, you gotta speak a little better. Cat. What is Cat? All the late night hosts lost me after Johnny Carson. Hey, I don't blame you. Johnny Carson was a rare breed. He was another um he was another person that did smart and did dumb things. There's dumb people that try to do smart things. I think that's Jimmy Kimmel. Stephen Colbert on his late night show. Think he's very smart, or he's very dumb, but he tries to do smart things. On Colbert Report, he was smart and did dumb and did smart things. It was like smart comedy. It was very interesting. He was playing an idiot. He was playing a complete moron, and he was playing a character, and so he could do anything behind the character. So it was very dynamic. Um, but when he said, I'm gonna try to get this bag. He's like, I'm not gonna do this Comedy Central thing anymore. I'm gonna get this bag. They're gonna open up the purse. They're gonna open up the purse for me. That Johnson had show, but he didn't have it on ABC, NBC, CBS at 11:30. You have an 11:30 slot on NBC, ABC, CBS. That's what I mean. He did. Magic Johnson had a show. What was it? I don't even know what station it was on, with the call letters were, if it was CBS, ABC, or NBC, but it wasn't 11:30. Definitely wasn't 11:30. Monday through Friday. 11:30 slot. Never. Never brown, red, yellow, or black man. Never, not once. I don't really. This is YouTube. Go on YouTube. That's what Kimmel has to do is go on YouTube. What he said isn't offensive. It wasn't offense to any. He didn't say anything like, "I'm glad Kirk got killed," or he didn't say anything stupid or crazy like that. And it's just like the MAGA crowd has been, re-energized or something like that. He just basically what he said. He didn't say anything really derogatory. He just said there are affiliates that didn't take kindly to that kind of wording because they're pretty much all magnified. Oh my god, Doc Focus, you're giving me these links. Hold on, my friend. Hold on. Give me these links. Links. Great. This is hold on. I'm not gonna share this. I'm watching a video. This is and stop sharing. I don't know how. Okay, so I like that Focus. I appreciate that. Thank you. Salute salute to Doc Focus for that video. He gave a video of man, I can't remember his name. He actually interviewed Dr. John Brooke at an Objectivist conference. I can't remember his name, but yeah. Johnny, he told the truth. That was true. It's about Johnny Christ and Jesus speaking about politics. Yeah. But it's diamonds, platinum and diamonds. Not even diamonds. That's the truth. You brought up Jay Carson. I remember that clip. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Doc Ford. I really do because he wasn't about that. He wasn't about that, trying to he had Ayn Rand on his show. They could have and he kinda got a little political. Um, does it sound my mic sound nice? My mic sound nice? Oh my god. Waffling. Can you hear me now? Does it sound better? Does that sound better? I'm leaning in. There's no other way. I'm nothing. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Sounds better. Dot focus is saying. You just have to edit that part out, I guess. I don't know. Okay, we're sounding better. All right, yeah. Okay, great. I switched. I just switched from I switched from default iMac microphone built in to iMac microphone built in. Like that's the only controls I have. I don't have a mixer. I don't have anything else. I got. I hope I sound all right. I sound my mic. My mic sound nice. 1 2 1 2. MIC. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Gotta bring back to the old school. Uh, hold on. Let me see something. You got bars, bro. I have no bars. No bars. do not rap. I've rapped in the past, but now all rap are sandwiches. All rap are gifts. I try to rap. I got you know I did little battles here and there. We don't care. We still in the building. All right, so as long as I sound right, because last time I heard it, the last time that somebody said my mic was messed up, it sounded like it was like a record turning backwards. Real slow. Pretty Tees for Varsity will grant you some on Christmas. Yeah, this was probably 1995. I would do that. It's not 25 years later. Uh, Halloween if you're good. I was gonna dress up as a sexy priest. Pause on that. Girls always dress up as, schoolgirls from Catholic schools and stuff like that. I was gonna dress up like a Catholic priest in the bathroom. Sound like you're in the oh, man. Hold on. The boys room has so the sound is still messed up. Is that right? Is the sound still messed up? Tell me if the sound is good or not. Give me a one. Give me a one if the sound is good. A two if the sound is bad. One, y'all. All right, one is good. One is good. Okay, one is good. I don't sound like I'm in the bathroom. What you saying? I'm in the bathroom? don't don't of Sun 90 is a F. Okay. Whoa. Death Row, you really got to work on your wording here. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. But yeah. So, oh my god. Okay, so Kimmel, he never made me laugh. Never. And they had that corny feud with Matt Damon. Like he's Matt Damon's nemesis and stuff like that. And like it's so like so cheesy. It's corny. It's whack. I don't. But Conan O'Brien, you have to watch Conan. His bits were so funny. Like he had the Walker Texas Ranger lever. Like you just because that show is just so random. And then when he had a random draw on the lever and had the different clips, it would just be like so outrageous. He knew ahead of time, but he still played it for laughs. He was funny like that. Yeah, Guillermo's cool. He was all right. I mean, he's gonna be picking oranges. Spick gonna be picking oranges. Kimmel's gonna drop him. He's gonna be like, I'm sorry. Well, lost my show. I lost you. You gotta kick rocks. You gotta get out of here, Spick. Guillermo. That's great. Like his whole show, I think, just like everybody. When you have a show like that, that's like a scores of like, that's at least 40 to 50, maybe even 60 or 70 people. The band, the lighting, the rigging, the best boy, the dolly grips, the editors, the time stamp, all that, all of that, all that poof. I think he's still suspended, if I'm not mistaken. Either he's still suspended, or let me make sure. Let me see. I'm gonna check real quick. He's suspended, so it's not like his show is over. Colbert show is over. It's just won't be until May that he'll do this. It won't be until May that his show will be completely over with. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel is suspended. I don't know if they can say it indefinitely, but you know, he says R.I.P. J. Kimmel. No, it's not. Well, you know, rocking, you know, potential. I guess you can say rocking potential. Son to Son 90 is getting paid. Okay, you almost had it. You were this close, Death Row. You're this close to a complete and grammatically formed sentence. They should have suspended his show because of all the dumbass. Yeah, he never. I never said, "Oh, that's pretty thoughtful." I'm gonna applaud that. And then like it wasn't really funny, but it was smart. It was like he never said anything smart and funny at the same time, or like goofy and funny and smart. Arsenio has some good questions sometimes. Sometimes he has some really obvious questions. Like he asked Lisa Bonet if she hung out with her daughter and her ex-husband, I think at the time, Lenny Kravitz, and she was like, "Duh." She's like, "No, duh. Like I don't hang out with him like that." And she would hang out with her daughter Zoe Kravitz at the time. She was young, very young. This is like in the 90s. So that's just funny. It's comedy for immigrants. Yeah, that was a good one, Death Row. Let me applaud Death Row. It's comedy for immigrants. Yeah, Guillermo, and that's kind of weird. That his dynamic. That Guillermo, he's like like how he discovered him or something like that. He was like a coat check man or something. I can't remember exactly. Don't quote me on what he was a coat check man. But he was just working this regular position as a security or guard or something, whatever the case may have been. And like Jimmy Kimmel kind of like just said, "Hey, why don't you just come on my show?" Or something. I can't remember the exact story, so don't hold me to it. But it's still weird how he had that dynamic. That was weird. Arsenio had MC Hammer. Enough said. Well, MC Hammer's the truth. Don't get it confused. MC Hammer is the guy. He's the guy. He's not very good at finances, but he's good at artistry and knowing how to get out a dollar. He had a what do you have that commercial for the hammer that stick on the wall? You don't have to use a hammer, something like that. Yeah, Cheetos, I think too. Yeah, dude. My only problem with Kimmel was his line about the joke, knowingly how stupid people are, they would believe it. Beside that, he's cool, but his show has been on a downhill his last few years, in my opinion. It's not just your opinion; it's a fact. It's a fact. I focus. His ratings have been slipping for the past few years. They've been going in the toilet. Salute to Wizard. Wizard's in the building. Wizard is in the building. I got you, yo, Wizards. Yo to you. Yo. Late night show, huh? Yeah. Late night show. Crazy. But this is what you call government censorship, not standards and practice. A lot of people say, "Oh, they censored me. They censored me. They took out my record. They took out my lines. I can't rap the same lines I said. I can't sing the same bars. I can't." That's not censorship. Government censorship is when you have administrations that shut down private organizations because of expressions. That's censorship over the airwaves or the Wi-Fi, whatever you use for the internet. If you read Ayn Rand's Capitalism, the Unknown Ideal, she talks about copyrights and censorship and things of that nature. It's dated a little because obviously she didn't know about the internet. There was no internet when there was no as we know it. There was no personalized internet. It was mainly for the military and for DARPANet and stuff like that. Sky got the trappers and rappers in here. Dot Focus said. Don't censor me. Okay, you won't censor you. I don't know how Jimmy Kimmel rises to his fame. Honestly, I'm not familiar with him. I'm familiar with him. I remember he was on Comedy Central. This is a lot of like, you know, launching pads. Comedy Central launch people, and it's good money. It's not like, you know, it's not stupid. You get like $2 million a year on stuff, 10 to 20, $2 to $10 million a year, maybe up to 20 million if you're Jon Stewart. I think Jon Stewart gets like 20 million a year, and he came back to the Daily Show. He retired, then he came back. He's a cornball too, but I have to respect him, because he could have just said, you know what, I'm good, man. I'm gonna just rest of my dollars. But it looks like he has a passion for what he does, and what, you know, my generation knows before Donald Trump, fake news was the Daily Show and the Colbert Report. I myself, entrepreneurial scientist. Okay, I got you. Doc got that snow for the low bars. Death. Y'all are going in tonight. Y'all are going in. I feel it. I might do a show tomorrow morning. I'm gonna see if I can get up early enough. I'm gonna see how long this show could be, because I got Kimmel. I'm still talking about Kimmel, because Kimmel and censorship. Censorship is totally different than what a lot of people think it is. I think a lot of people think it's you know, not being able to say the words you want to say on a song, or you're caps in the black lines of you know, on screens to blot out nipples or whatever, you know. It's censorship. No, that's standards and practices. The genitals, yeah, to block out genitals or stuff like that. Wizard says the chickens come home to roost. Yes. I'm in my game room getting trippy. White bitch about to pull up. Okay. Man, I need to get on your tight time. Then we can be buddies. I know where you live now. I know around where you live. I can circle that block. Dot focus. He's got a home. He's got a career. Don't play with Dot focus. Snow for the snow bunnies. Yeah. Put 8 balls on more corners than a pool. What do you say? I can't remember what he said. It said something like 8. I put more 8 balls in a corner than a billiards or something like that. I don't remember exactly how he said it. That how much you paying for? Me, I'm a pimp. I ain't paying for no sex. I'd rather buy a car or a new Rolex. All right, I might do an hour show. I'm gonna see how this goes. It depends on this how much I want to talk about Kimmel. Kimmel, like I said, yes, little flip. Yeah, you're right on point, Death Row. You're right on point. Yeah, like Jay Leno. I never liked Jay Leno. I thought he was corny. He was my dad's. See, Conan was like Gen X and millennial. He was in like that, and now he's Gen Z. He's Gen X, millennial, and Gen Z. Jay Leno was more so baby boomers. He was more for the baby boomers crowd. I thought he was like, it's not really funny. He had the jaywalking, that was kind of clever, you know. People would go up, they would ask like these college students these like simple questions like, who was the second president? And they'd be like, I just got a graduation from my college. I don't know who the second president is. Do I know the second president? Jefferson. Jefferson's the second president of the United States of America, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna make sure of that. Second president. John Adams. I would have got that wrong. I didn't graduate from college though. John Adams was the second president. I think Jefferson was third. John Adams is the second president. So I just corrected myself. My dumb ass. John Adams. But I didn't graduate from college, and then so I have that excuse. Yes, I put 8 balls in pockets without using pool sticks. Yes. I only buy meow in Miami or outside the country. Okay. Currently Northeast USA. Yes. We're not going to talk exactly how Northeast is not focused, even though I know exactly where you live. Almost. I don't know your house, but we can go up. F fat hoes for free. Turn, how have you been? That was cute. Thank you. Thank you. What are you, a chink? Or are you a engine? What are you today? I don't know what you are today. Little Twan in the building. Oh, so are you red dot or feather? Life isn't that bad, yeah. Life isn't bad at all. My life is great. I love my life. I don't have to pay any taxes. Land taxes. It's beautiful. Not even consumption taxes in Delaware. I just got back from Pennsylvania. Had a great time. I don't have to pay any rent. I pay for utilities and groceries. You're Haitian now. Okay. You have to pay barbecue. I just saw a falling star. Wow. But Kimmel censorship and standards and practices. Did you get a women? Okay, that's poor grammar there. And where's the question mark? Nobody has any ending punctuation or commas. The comma and ending punctuation have almost been eliminated from all discourse on the internet. Just like to point that out. Got 8 people in here. Got 2 more people. We can have a party. I'll see how long we can go. Now we got 3 people. We gotta have a party. It's probably going to dip a little bit lower. I don't know. People coming in, they're like, and they leave. As it should. But you're still here. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? So Kimmel, I'm just thinking of him. I'm like, and Jimmy Fallon, he has his moments. He's funny on SNL. I like his I think it's Barry Gibbs, one of the Gibbs brothers. That's funny with Justin Timberlake. That's funny. His own show. He had a rough start. I think they usually do have a rough start. He started off telling jokes. He was just like, it was just dead. It was like a cough, like. And so you heard that. This is the only thing that was audible. I wonder what did he say exactly about the guy who got assassinated. I can only paraphrase it, but he was just saying how the MAGA base would be energized based on Kirk's assassination. That's what I understand. That's what I heard. That was the offending line. That was the line that they said, they're like, oh, what? You can't talk about the MAGA. You can't talk about them. Like, that's what I understand it as. I could be stupid and wrong. I could be wrong. That's what I interpreted it as. And you should look it up yourself, Wizard. Not to slight you or anything. I'm just saying that's my interpretation. You should have your own interpretation because I may have misread it. I may have misinterpreted what he was actually saying. So Kimmel being suspended. It's not like he's been fired. He hasn't been fired. He's just been suspended. There's a big difference. Mr. Chorstar Terrain, he was suspended after Aaliyah. Aaliyah people thinking, oh yeah, he got fired by Hot 97 for talking about Aaliyah, for talking about Aaliyah. He never said a word about her. He just played some sound effects, and that was about it. And he got suspended, I think, with pay. And I think Kimmel was with pay. I'm not sure though. I can't verify that. But it's a difference between being suspended and fired. Mr. Chorstar Terrain stayed on Hot 97 until 2003, 2 whole years after Aaliyah died. So, just give you a bit of context. He called Charlie Kirk a goldfish or made a joke regarding it. Okay, they didn't play that clip. They didn't play that clip when I heard it anyway. How I understand it, he was trying to blame Trump. And this is exactly the reason why it's so scary, is because what can you say and cannot say? This is the beauty of YouTube. They can take down my show. Okay, take down my show. So, but television shows, movies, big projects, millions of dollars behind, a specific project. And it can be devastating. You have tens, if not scores, dozens or scores of people working for you, doing the lighting, doing the audio, doing the playback, doing the editing, doing the choreography, doing the cinematography. All that has to come into agreement. And when somebody says you're pulled, and those jobs evaporate, and people got to search for another line of work. Did anyone upgrade their phone today? I might do that tomorrow. I'm gonna see what happens. If we go to the T-Mobile, I'm trying to get in that 17. If they take down this show, we will riot. Salute to you, Cougar. Appreciate that, sir. Well, if you really want to riot, you can do it right now, and hopefully I can get some followers. I always say followers, subscribers. Appreciate it. I did two days without a show, and I got 1 subscriber. So that might be able to tell you something. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I tried to watch Kimmel. It's like corn. It's just not even fun. It's not even like he's trying, it seems sometimes. Even his interviews aren't always on point. And that's the thing too about those shows. They rely on guests. They rely on let's say they rely on guests. They rely on sometimes they rely even Conan. Conan relies on sidekick Andy Richter. And I guess he's kind of like the Guillermo in a sense. And to some extent. I'm surprised you didn't cover the Dane Dash topic. Yeah, I know. I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, so we can talk about that for just a brief second. Oh my God. It was one of the best interviews I've seen, because you just got to stand on business. If you talk about how you call him a girl, Dame Dash calls Charlamagne the God a girl, and that he's gay, and that he doesn't have a problem with gay people, just gay people that don't act like they're gay or living their truth. I mean, that was part of it. But the main gist that I took away from it was him having the ability to say that he was this chairman of Revolt. And I thought that was pretty amazing. Wizard says Jimmy Kimmel is a handpicked puppet, and I feel like a lot of them shouldn't speak on politics. Yeah. I mean, you can speak on politics in a way that's funny, in a way that is clever. If you can get around the joke and not have to go, through it. If you're able to assess exactly what you want to say and how to say it. Dame needed a podcast with Charlamagne. That would be funny. That would be funny. They were just your arguments. But this is what I wanted to say. He had Ben Shapiro on. They had, the breakfast just hilarious. And there was another, I think her name is Laura. I don't want to say it. That's on, I know that's on Hot 97, Laura. But I can't remember her name. But Rashawn Casey, aka DJ Envy, Charlamagne God, and Just Hilarious and the other girl, I can't think of her name, but they had Ben Shapiro on and they were quiet. They were church mice. They did not let him. He speaks so fast. They didn't say, whoa, slow down. Slow down. Just take your time. They didn't say any of that. They just sat there, very respectful, very kind, very cordial. Especially Charlamagne. Charlamagne, he was like, but he was pushing back. I give him his credit. He was pushing back on some of the things that Ben Shapiro was saying, but he never interrupted him. He kept interrupting Dame Dash. Over and over and over, he interrupted Dame Dash. He didn't do that for the white boy, though. If you look at this, just look at this, the video. Just look at the video. He was just sitting. This is a brilliant white man. I can't say a word. I can't speak. I'm not going to say a word. My goodness. But Dame Dash could then, oh, so why'd you say that? Oh, so I'm paraphrasing. But so what happened with that? He's like, look, you keep on interrupting me. You keep on interrupting me. Like, this is reality. I don't like DJ is Wizard. I don't like DJ Envy at all. Its personality is his. I think he meant to say his personality is horrible. And if we're being honest, Charlamagne laid down the foundation for the Breakfast Club. I can agree with that. I think they have a weird dynamic because DJ Envy is kind of like the head of the ship, but Charlamagne is kind of like the main draw. If you understand what I'm saying, like it's a weird kind of situation that I don't. It's not easy to pinpoint. All right, who's the boss? Is DJ Envy or is it Charlamagne? Charlamagne goes on more TV shows like Colbert and stuff like that, and has his books out and everything. DJ Envy has his line of cars and his real estate fiasco. Wizard said he's very arrogant. Well, I'm arrogant. You can't like me either. But I understand what you're saying, Wizard. I mean, I understand what you're meaning. Let's see how far we can go with this one. I'm trying to tie them all together. And when he called him gay, I understood what he was saying, because this is the thing. I don't have a problem with gay people, and the same thing with Dame Dash. I think it's the same thing. It's the people that act like they're not gay that are actually the problem, because they're making it worse for the people that are gay. You know, they have to have their own identity. So if you're presenting yourself to be something that you're not, then that's ruined your whole self-esteem. That's why I guess they came out with the Pride Month and stuff like that. I don't know. Wizard's got the laughing. He's laughing at my dumb ass, I guess. But it says, I think the show is all over the place right now when it comes to them keeping Jess Hilarious on board with the other girl. Yeah, who is the other girl? Who is she? We don't even know her name. We don't know her name. What's her name? She doesn't look too bad. I just don't know her name. Oh my God. Maybe you're laughing at that. I don't know. It was Lauren. I said Laura. Lauren LaRosa. Okay. I gotta remember the second president of the United States was John Adams. I'm thinking about Jefferson because he's on the $2 bill. Wizard says, I think Damon's getting high on his own supply. Cameron said him and Mace offered to put $500,000 up each to help him out, and he kept saying what other people were offering. CTG has been on Fox News. Who's CTG? Something the guy. Something the guy. Yeah, he's been on Fox News. He's been on a lot of different outlets. And he said he's not. He wouldn't say he's rich. He wouldn't say what the hell's rich though. I don't even know what the hell rich is. If you have $6 million, you have $6 billion. If you have $60 billion, do you have $400 billion? What is rich? What does it mean? You have $60. You have $600. It's all in context, I think. It's all in context. It seems like Harlem is a home of the snakes, Wizard says. Yeah, be careful with your wording. Snakes are cool. Snakes are good creatures. They just are. There's no, I mean, I know when you say the metaphor applied to human beings, backstabbers or people that are treacherous or evil or something like that. But snakes are cool. You shouldn't. You should caution yourself when you compare snakes to human beings that are devious or backstabbing or lying. All of them is Wizard. All of them in Harlem are stabbing each other in their back. So Mace and Cameron will start beefing when their show comes to an end. Rich is living in New York, but not in the boroughs. Oh, okay. Living in Manhattan. Okay. I think there's probably some cheap places in Manhattan. What is a cheap place in Manhattan? Probably like $3,000, $4,000 a month. That's probably the cheapest place you can probably find in Manhattan. Boy, you have it. Ain't nothing cheap in New York. That's true. That's a fact. That is a fact. But unless y'all can tell me to get at least 20 people popping in this live within the next 5 minutes, I'm about to peace out. About the dipset, as we used to say, at the Bucks. Starbucks, that is. I'm going to play this last video about the 3i / Atlas that our good friend Dot Focus, I think he dipped out. But let me give him a few other banners up. I know it is. It really is. You can see when we get a show tomorrow morning. Yeah, in the morning. I think I should be good for the morning. They got an apartment size of a closet for $23,000 probably. Oh my, yeah. That's probably true. These gamers are addicted. Let me tell you about LifeStrongApparel.com. He has all your sea moss needs, from raw sea moss to purple sea moss to sea moss gel to snapbacks. And when you make all your selections, go to the section where it says promo code and put in SKYLER20 Scholar20 to receive 20% off. 20% off your purchases. Tell Mr. Payne that the silly guy Sky sent you. Okay. Salute to you, Wizard. I see you, sir. Have a good one. Also, visit Bayha Jackson's YouTube page and subscribe to learn more about sardines on the grill, fried chicken, near beer, and female strippers. Tell them Silly Sky sent you in the comments. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to this. Daff always jumped out, but I was supposed to do this little, he wanted to do this. All right, here we go. I'll play a little bit of this.
I Atlas, a third ever interstellar object observed from Earth, currently racing through our solar system.
The newly detected interstellar object 3I Atlas is only the third of its kind ever seen, hurtling into our solar system from the depths of the unknown. But unlike anything bound to the sun, it carries secrets from a place we've never explored, and scientists aren't entirely sure what it means for us. Bill Nye has now issued a serious warning, and his words suggest this isn't something we can ignore. Could 3I Atlas pose a hidden risk? Beyond the headlines, everyone's talking about 3I Atlas like it's just another space rock. But let's be real, what's happening right now is completely rewriting our understanding of the universe. The mainstream coverage keeps getting stuck on the basics. Yes, it's moving at 60 kilometers per second. Yes, it's the third interstellar object ever spotted. Yes, it's doing weird stuff with nickel, but they're missing the bigger picture here. The nickel emissions aren't just unusual. They're physically impossible based on everything understood about cosmic chemistry. When metals heat up in space,
Oh, my dumbass is intrigued, but I just remember that I'm probably gonna have to edit that out. I'm probably getting a copyright strike because that's not like a news source. It's not a free use. Or was it free? Is it free use? I think it's free use. But thank you, Dot Focus, for bringing that to my attention. That would have been awesome if I could. I'll just speak briefly on it. I'm interested in interstellar stuff. I love space. I've always been intrigued. It always seemed clean and sad and wonderful and extremely important. And I only said sad because of the people that have died to try to explore new realms, to get to the moon, to get to different places outside our known worlds, our planetary system. I mean, it's great, but I just probably have to edit all that out. So, but thanks again. Salute to Dot Focus for bringing that to my attention, and we'll see if it comes and hits us. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.